Welcome back, everybody, to a very special episode 31 of the Cousins Cut podcast.
Yes, sir.
Do y'all notice anything different? Because I sure do.
Yes, sir.
There's no barrier.
We're finally in the same room. We're finally talking face to face, bro. Y'all have been waiting for this. We have been waiting for this. We are here. We are ready. I'm loving it. I'm messing with it.
I'm super hype. You super hype. And we got what should be an absolute banger of video for you guys today. It's been a month since Supergirl dropped. And now that we've had time to reflect on it, now that we have had time to sit with it a little bit, Jay and I are going to finally discuss it. Because I know we have some conflicting views on this, and I know we want to discuss what it's going to mean for the future of the DCU.
Yeah. I mean, Ishay put it best. We're going to get right into it. It's been out for a month, so this is going to be all spoiler review. Hopefully y'all have seen it. If you haven't, I can't even say you're missing too much. I'm not a hater, and I'm not going to be too pessimistic, but there are a lot of flaws that I have with this movie.
Hey, I would be clear right now. This is not a perfect movie by any means.
Mm-mm.
But we've talked a tiny bit. He hates it way too much.
We'll see when we get into it. But bar of the week, y'all know how we do it here. It's been a minute. It's been 2 weeks since we posted our last video. So what's up, y'all? We're back. And today I got y'all with Clark sees the good in everyone. I see the truth. This, of course, comes from Supergirl. This is spoken by Supergirl. And there's a couple takeaways from this kind of quote. First off, it is good to see good in people, but it is also okay to have cautious optimism.
Yeah.
Right? Be okay with saying, hey, I can put up some barriers, I can put up some guards, and not just be super naive.
Don't be super trustful.
Yes.
Try to see the good in people, but that's a little bit dangerous if you only see the good in people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta see the truth. See a person for what they are.
On the flip side, though, it's okay to give people the benefit of the doubt.
True.
You don't have to be pessimistic. You don't have to be overly cautious all the time. But just be aware. Just be aware.
That's all it is. It's a great bar from a great movie.
A great movie is crazy. Great is crazy. All right. You always like to count us down to get into the
now we can do it in time for
yes,
once.
Yes, sir. In time.
Okay, you know what it is. Letterbox style. We're going to go countdown from 5 out of 5 stars. You ready?
Yep.
We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3.5 stars. Okay. So we're going to have very different opinions on this movie while being half a star different.
Yeah, which is interesting. And this is... I love Letterboxd, but this is always my one issue with Letterboxd.
I was going to say, because I feel like this is a high 3.5 for me, and it's...
There's a low 3.
I was going to say, this could drop for you.
This is a low 3. A high 3.5 is interesting, especially compared to some other 3.5s you might have for the year.
I was going to say, I think I have Mando at 3.5.
Which one did you like better?
I think Mando. I'd have to take a look at my Letterboxd ranking, actually, but...
What did you like more, this or Minions and Monsters?
This. Are you dumb?
Really?
Are you dumb?
I think I liked Minions and Monsters a little bit more.
I think we literally say in a video that we want to boycott Minions and Monsters and Moana.
Yeah, and then, we are gonna boycott Moana, and we are gonna do a video on that. Minions and Monsters is unique and different, but this ain't a Minions and Monsters movie.
It ain't a Minions and Monsters video, but I will say it greatly exceeded my expectations.
Yes, exactly. I think I had more fun with Minions.
I had more fun with this.
Okay.
Let's go. We're going to go and jump straight into just spoilers right away. You guys have had a month to see this.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still in theaters technically, but
really?
If you haven't seen it by now, don't know if you're going to watch it.
Realistically, everyone who has wanted to see it.
Anyone's going to click on this video.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to start negatives first, positives first?
Yeah, let's go negatives first. I do have positives. I have both. I know you're saying I have mostly negatives, but I have both.
But it is mostly negatives.
I'll start with a super broad negative before we get into some of the specifics. And I just think that the movie is fine, mostly because the plot is extremely underwhelming and lackluster.
Okay. Here's the thing. Going into this movie, I knew it was going to be a Woman of Tomorrow comic run, and we're going to base the entire story off of that. Because of that, I did a lot of research. I read on it. I didn't fully read the thing. I read bits of it, but I read lots online and just got the basic synopsis of it. That is one of my negatives as well, is
Okay,
that
cool.
it took the general idea of the comic run, but just didn't do anything with it.
I agree. It feels extremely incomplete.
It just like it lacks the depth that you get from the comic, but
Yes.
it's just like it doesn't really change much. One
From the comic or like throughout the movie?
well,
Like,
both probably.
yes, that's another one of
But
my
especially
negatives.
throughout the from the comic, it was just like it was beat for beat the same without going into that. Like it took the main points from the comic, and then that was the story it followed, which is fine. But then go into the depth that the comic did as well.
Sure.
One major change I did also do was Crypto wasn't actually sick in the comic.
Okay.
It was just Kara trying to teach Ruthie a lesson. But
Okay.
I think that works a little bit better
For the comic?
in the comic
What kind of
Be-
kind of lesson or
about vengeance. The same one as the movie.
Oh, okay. So it's the same thing, just no crypto.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's just Kara's intentionally trying to teach her that instead of like she's trying to save Crypto first in the movie.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah, that's her goal. Yeah. You kind of mentioned this with the comic and the movie, but from start to finish, I feel like it really doesn't go anywhere other than like we know that the resolution comes that we were expecting at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
I feel like it lacks a lot of obstacles. The obstacle of the movie is what happens at the beginning, and there isn't really much else. Like
it drops you into the story, and then it's just kind of like follow this story.
zero surprises. I thought going
Okay.
into it, the trailer didn't show much, and still the trailer didn't give us everything. All right, the trailer gave us everything.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Is like I have this written down both ways
Okay.
as the trailer because I said this in our Supergirl preview video
Uh-huh.
that I could predict the entire movie, and I low-key did.
Yeah.
But so the trailer gave away everything, but it was also like super misleading at the same time.
The trailer?
The tone of the movie was not at all like what I was expecting
Sure. Yeah, I would agree with that.
because it just sells it wrong. Like we get Blondie throughout the trailer, and you're like, "Wow, this is gonna be a very fun movie. This is gonna be kind of Guardians-esque," which you were worried about.
Yeah.
Actually, right now was a Guardians-esque.
It wasn't Guardians-esque, but like almost in the worst ways. Like I wanted
You would
something
have preferred
different.
it at this
Yeah,
point.
honestly, at this point.
Okay, but like you can't have it both ways.
I know you can't have it both ways,
Then
but
stop asking for both ways.
I'm not asking for both ways. I was asking for a different movie that could have been good that wasn't Guardians-esque, but because I didn't think it was good, it would have just been better as like a version of Guardians. But I was saying this in the other DC video when we talked about Supergirl a little bit.
Mhm.
You can't have a Guardians-esque movie without the Guardians of the Galaxy anyway. So I wasn't
Mhm.
expecting it to be Guardians.
Well,
Even
because
if
the
they tried to
the
make it-
characters is what makes the Guardians movie so much
Exactly. Sure, they had the humor and the music. The needle drops. They didn't do one Blondie song, which
fun. Yeah,
like,
no, on it. Okay, let's just talk about the needle drop right freaking now, bro. It just takes some. Like, why? What are we doing? Genuinely, what are we doing?
yeah, I don't have any comment on that. Like, it's rough.
The middle, bro. And I get you can say like, oh, thematically it works really well because like it's supposed to show this or I don't care.
Mhm,
Rule of cool is always applied to me first.
mhm.
If something is cool, looks cool, sounds cool, just is cool, I can ignore so many other things.
Yeah,
This just wasn't that.
yeah.
And then it wasn't good either is the issue. You put Blondie there.
Yeah.
We'd have loved it. Everybody would have loved it. It would have been a 16.
Everyone knows that the original version of that needle drop is obviously sung by a guy,
Mhm.
and this kind of led to another issue that I had with the movie. And sometimes female superhero movies in general, and I'm just gonna say this like with caution.
This is
Um,
dodgy already.
Female superhero movies push the edge of like this is a girl boss girl superhero, and
Okay.
I actually think it hurts.
That's not as bad
the
as I
movies.
thought
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
going to say.
I think it hurts the movies. So, for example, Captain Marvel was a little bit like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible. Obviously everyone knows the Endgame scene where like
Mhm.
it's like because everyone knows Captain Marvel is powerful, but in Endgame it's like, oh, she's got help, whatever, just to give them that moment. I knew it started to happen as soon as they said, and I haven't read the comic, so I
Mhm.
know it's based off the comic. But when the whole thing was like these little girls are being captured and she has to be saved by the big Supergirl,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's so on the nose that it comes off corny. And I mean, speaking for myself, and I know for you, I'll watch a female superhero movie without it being oh girl boss.
Yeah,
and my sisters would do the same.
Well, think about like Black. It's not the best movie, but Black Widow. You didn't get the vibe whatsoever of this is important because she's a girl.
Yes.
You see, versus Supergirl, you kind of get that, and it's a bit harder with that character in general. I think just because Superman is whatever most popular superhero of all time, second most, third most at worst. So it's hard when you have a Supergirl movie then, because then people are just that's always going to be the comparison no matter what.
Yeah.
But it felt like they were forcing it. I get what you mean.
Yeah, just a little bit. And I know it's based off the comic, so I can't say too much on that. It's just I feel like time and time again, and I'm saying this like for like all those girls out there that want to watch a girl the way that we felt about Black Panther.
No,
like,
exactly.
Just don't make it too on the nose.
This is a girl's Black Panther. Is what you're saying.
Like, just don't make it too on the nose. You know, if Black Panther went more into like it was racy in the context of the movie, and it wasn't
okay, but
it was like that. It was Killmonger.
Yeah, I was gonna say it worked way better for the movie that. Killmonger's plan was based off of that because of his experiences, his whatever.
But T'Challa wasn't just for...
You also, you got a whole big, great backstory on that. Whether it was through, the story of when the very opening sequence, Tell Me a Story of Home. Where, you knew what Killmonger was all about early on. You never get the sense that Kara was like, oh, well, I was discriminated against because I was the female Superman.
Right. Or she was taken away as a young girl.
Exactly. So it doesn't work as well as the Killmonger example. But I do get what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad we're on board with that.
Right. Can we talk about the characters?
We can
because you were talking about it with the Guardians-esque stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, you need the Guardians characters for that to work.
Yeah.
We did not have the Guardians characters, even in the slightest.
No, not in the slightest. I agree.
Was there a good other character that wasn't named Kara Zor-El or Supergirl?
I'm really shocked that you're saying...
Are you going to say Ruthie?
No. I'm actually shocked that you said that because I thought you were going to come on here and glaze Lobo, and we're going to get into Lobo.
Bro,
no okay. I genuinely thought you were going to glaze Lobo, so I'm shocked that you only brought up Supergirl.
Give me one other character. It doesn't even have to be named. It doesn't have to be a named character in this movie that you're invested in.
Yeah, it was only Supergirl. I 100% agree.
Maybe that family that got their daughter taken away? The bar, the people
Ruthie, the Ruthie family?
No, not the Ruthie family. Those... Yeah, the black girl daughter or whatever,
yeah. I mean, they had emotional moments, sure. But
I cared about them more than I cared about Ruthie, but more than Lobo, more than Krim.
Wow, okay. This is good. This is interesting because you're in a completely different...
this is one of my biggest negatives of the movie, and it ties into my other big negative of the movie. But we'll start with the characters. I loved Supergirl. Everything to do with Supergirl. That was so good.
I agree. Supergirl is my biggest positive of the movie, is the character.
That's it, though.
Yeah.
Superman doesn't count, although David Cornsweet, Superman, come on, I love him.
Yeah.
Crypto is a plot device, although, again, we love Crypto.
Yeah. He was better in him and Superman, we've seen them before.
Exactly.
I feel like it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. And, again, the best we see of Crypto is, flashbacks, whatever, and he's sick, he's the plot device, and he's the driver of the whole movie. I just don't care about Ruthie in this. I don't care about Lobo in this.
Yeah.
Lobo's, for me, was just one of those... It was really cool to see him on screen, and Jason Momoa, well done. You played him perfectly. But it was just nothing for me.
Yeah.
It was, if anything, he was just kind of a MacGuffin. He was really convenient to do stuff. Blowing up the ship or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then I think Krem is just super generic. Super, he was actually annoying, bro.
Yeah.
His big character-defining trait is that he likes eating other people's food. And he has spikes on his face.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the characters genuinely bring this movie down a lot.
For me, it was a point, or if we're doing Letterboxd, either half a star or a full star.
Yeah.
Because gosh, man.
Yeah, Lobo is one of the most disappointing characters I've seen in a superhero movie.
Okay, here's how I put Lobo. You know when you see a cute dog on the street?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, that's cute. And then you keep on walking.
Yeah.
Any scene with Lobo for me. Oh, that was cool. And then I don't care after he's off screen.
Sure. I mean, yeah, he was cool.
What?
Okay, I don't know if I think he was kind of lame. I think he was kind of lame. I think that he was cool when they first introduced him.
That is a big thing for me though. You hype him up as this guy killed his entire race.
I'm so glad you're bringing this up.
He's indestructible, like he's unkillable type thing, and he's like nobody wants to mess with him in the entire galaxy. He gets held by like regular prison bars.
Yeah, with zero plan to escape.
Yeah, Ruth got him out. Ruthie, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Ruthie. Yeah, I think he's kind of lame. I feel like they hype him up. That's the first thing they mention about him in the movie.
And I loved his introduction. I thought that was fantastic. Yeah. It was just like Supergirl on a red sun or on a yellow sun planet is avoiding him.
Yeah.
But then he just does nothing.
Yeah.
Rides around on his motorbike a little bit. Like those scenes were cool and all. Him using his chains, but like. Just it's such a nothing thing for me, you know.
It was definitely to sell tickets.
Again, like, you see the dog, ooh, that's cute. He's gone. Who cares? Yeah. He doesn't do anything for the movie. He's not important.
Yeah, I'm telling. He was 100% to put butts in seats. Like that's what my instant takeaway was.
I'm glad he's in the universe though, because I'd love to see Jason Momoa as Lobo some more.
Yeah,
but huge disappointment to be honest.
I agree, and then. To your other main character who literally is a bystander for an hour and 40 minutes or however long the movie is.
Like, dude,
Ruthie is so mad, bro. Like, bro. She's so bland.
Bro, how many times do we hear her repeat that one line, bro?
I know, about needing to go seek vengeance for her family. And, yeah, she literally does nothing the entire movie. Gets to manhandle a guy in a jail cell.
Like cool. Randomly, why didn't she do any of this before?
Like that earlier?
And it's just like, I'm sorry, I'm so sick of just like you get like a gritty, tough superhero or protagonist paired up with some badass kid. I don't care. Like if I see one more badass kid archetype, I'm done with it. I'm not gonna like your movie. I'm not gonna like your show.
Yeah,
because like let the kid be a kid. If you're gonna, especially Ruthie's case. If you're gonna have her just kind of sit back and watch anyways, why hype her up as just like, oh, I'm wielding one of these great swords. I can take people out if I needed to. I'm like a bounty hunter in my own right. Don't hype her up like that. If she's just gonna sit around. Yeah. Supergirl's flying this way. Supergirl's flying that way. Like it's actually dumb.
I agree. Don't even get me started on her backstory.
Who cares? Because
who cares? Because they don't tell you anything.
Because they don't tell you anything. The scene that you do get is Krem just being a bum. Hey, I want the sword, and then you don't even get the swords,
and you don't explain why.
And why does he want the sword? Just because it's cool?
Like this dude makes super killing weapons in the galaxy, and you have no idea who it is, what he makes. I mean, you get more of an explanation with Nebuchadnezzar in Infinity War for 10 minutes from Thor than you do. Peak. Yeah,
because Peter Dinklage, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
Right, but like
the Thanos killing kind.
Exactly. He needs the axe.
Call it Stormbreaker.
It's a little much. But like, Krem is just nothing for me.
Yeah,
and that's like one of my main issues. Ruthie's honestly more annoying than she is anything. Than any of the other characters we get are just side characters. So it's like, Supergirl is great.
Yeah,
which
she has flaws. She has flaws.
Thank goodness it's her freaking character flaws or like actual writing flaws?
I think writing flaws. I don't
like what.
So I really like her arc of like becoming, kind of depressed or going from depressed to, being more of a role model, kind of taking a stand, being more open.
Okay.
It's just kind of unearned at the beginning. Like I like how it ends, but I don't like how it starts because
why is she an asshole?
Yeah, but why is she like that? Honestly,
her planet blew up.
So did Superman's, and
he was a baby.
But Superman, grows up in a different type of setting. But she also grew up with her parents, which Superman never did. And then her main complaint is that she has no family, even though her literal cousin, her one family from the planet, who she had run into before going away.
Okay,
like she could have lived with him.
You have no clue who this person actually is.
Who?
Superman.
Sure, but
you met him when he was this big.
But she knows that he's family, though.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so you leave and claim I have no family, therefore I'm depressed. I'm going to drink myself away every single day.
Well, yeah.
But
Okay, so you're telling me you lose your entire planet, your mother, your father.
I'm not saying there's no reason to be depressed. I'm saying that going away from Superman to then make that your lifestyle
That's not
makes
okay.
no sense.
That's not in her eyes. Clark probably just isn't even family. You've known him for however long she arrived to Earth.
I get it.
So, like, saying that she like that hasn't earned her being depressed.
It's just the way that she like acts throughout the entire movie. It feels like almost a little unnecessary. Like, I understand that she went through that, but we've seen so many other superhero arcs that go through similar stuff, but don't act the same type of way. You know what I mean? Like Peter Parker doesn't drink his days away.
But that's just how the character's written in the comic.
No, and I'm saying I don't like the writing for this character.
Oh, so this is a Supergirl issue from
I don't know
the
if
comics.
all Supergirls are like this.
This is a from the comics thing.
Yeah, from the Woman of Tomorrow. I don't know if all Supergirl versions are like this.
Well, like the CW one, I guess, is like a little bit chippier.
Maybe I don't. I mean, maybe it's just I don't like the way that it was portrayed in the movie. Like, maybe if they had given, like, it didn't feel
not an acting thing, by the way, because Millie Alcock was
not an acting thing. I'm strictly talking about writing here, and maybe I'm like scrambling my words in terms of like her earning it. It's just it feels unemotional and just more like, hey, like I'm
this
just
how the character is just because we want her to
just
be like that.
Just because she wants to be like that.
The thing is, I could just see like, yeah, you're gonna be a little bit freaking upset and want to go into alcohol, want to go into whatever, because think about it, like if you just got separated from your family all of a sudden, would you not be a little bit upset?
I would be, but it's not all of a sudden. Like, I don't even know how long after.
It is all of a sudden.
But how long after?
Okay, yeah, sure, she's a
English,
teen.
like,
sure, she's a teen, and then she grows up a little bit, but like.
Because she went when Krypto was a baby. She obviously lived with him for a little bit.
So like 3-4 years then, we could say.
Yeah. Like, it does remind me a little bit of like Captain America, Man Out of Time, basically, where you go into a completely new situation. But again, like.
Literally every single thing you've ever known is completely changed.
And I understand that. I do understand
and if she's not snapping out of that when she's within the first year, then it makes sense that she's going to grow up to be bitter like that.
But she had someone to look after her, and that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
like,
so get mad at Clark. That didn't do a good enough job then.
But she, like... we don't know much about it because we didn't really get much
that's
of
what I'm
backstory.
saying. You can't get mad at this movie.
But we're really thinking that like Clark is the reason she left.
No,
like,
obviously, and Superman is going to be a great role model and everything. But on it, like, kind of that toxic positivity might not be what she needs at that moment. Of Clark being like, look at the upside. Look at, like, we have baseball in Kansas.
Sure, but for how long? How long is she? So, like, if Ruthie never comes along, is Supergirl just going to be like this for the rest of her life?
Maybe.
I mean, sure, that's a character thing.
Because, look, she was like, this is exactly how you could look at it. Sometimes it takes an outside perspective of looking at yourself, because Ruthie was just exactly like Supergirl. You got survivor's guilt, which is a great message to be focusing on in this movie. Mm-hmm. You got survivor's guilt. You can't shake your trauma, and you're letting it just consume every ounce of your being. Mm-hmm. And look what that's doing to Ruthie. It's turning her down a seriously dark path. Not good for anybody. Mm-hmm. Kara can finally see that in herself and be like, wow, this is how I'm acting. I can't change my ways. Mm-hmm. I'm stubborn. I'm grumpy all the time. That's not a good way to live. So just getting that different kind of perspective on yourself is enough for her to start going, you know, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should give something else a try.
Yeah.
She could still very well be the same kind of Supergirl, grumpy, whatever, in the next movie. All she's doing is willing to give something a try now.
Yeah.
Because of what happened in the story.
Yeah. I like how her arc ended.
Yeah.
I do think that you're right. Like, her realizing, seeing herself in Ruthie a little bit, super good, super valid. And, you know, it could just be a lack of story depth for me, where it's like, if this was a sudden thing, like, let's say her planet destroyed, she goes somewhere, yeah, it totally makes sense. It's just, she grew up with Clark, and we don't know for how long.
The thing is, we also don't know how long she's been on Earth. Maybe she spent a year on Earth learning the language. Cut.
Yeah.
And if you think you're getting over the death of your parents in a year...
I'm not saying you have to get over it.
If you think you're getting over survivor's guilt in a year...
I'm not saying you have to get over it. I'm just saying...
You are saying you have to get over it.
No, I'm not saying you have to get over it.
Yes, you are.
I'm saying that...
Because you don't want to... You're saying it's unearned. Like, unless you can get over it, then it wouldn't be
I understand
unearned.
You don't know Clark, but, like, this dude is literally like... You guys have the same DNA. The only two people in the universe that you choose that DNA? Yes.
But that's a reason why you should just be automatically, oh, I like this guy, I'm gonna listen to him.
I'm just saying, hey, I'm not alone.
I think you're an idiot, and we got close to the same DNA.
I'm saying that she can look at him and be like, hey, I'm not alone.
We share like 90-something% of our DNA with a banana. You know that? You thought you said I'm like a banana?
I'm not saying that like they have to be similar, like each other. I'm saying, hey, I'm not alone.
Yeah, but like,
and she isolates herself to be alone.
But again, if she doesn't like Clark, it doesn't matter if he's family or not.
I understand that, but
you would still feel alone, especially if he doesn't sympathize with you because he never grew up with Krypton. He doesn't really grieve Krypton. Then you'd feel alone. You feel isolated because you're the last actual survivor of the planet. He is not from that planet. He is physically. Mentally, he doesn't have any memories other than a message from his parents.
Yes, that's true.
So she is the last survivor. Do you know how isolating that is?
It's isolating, but she had someone who, again...
She had someone to lean on that she knew.
Yeah, who very much was there for her, by the way. Like,
Obviously, I'm a Superman glazer. I know for a fact that Superman would have been a good role model. He would have been there for her. That's okay. But that does not mean that Kara had to accept that.
Okay, but then that's on her, because
But like, again, even when she left, to give her a pass because of what had just happened to her.
Well, we keep on saying "just happened" when we don't know the time.
Okay, no, but when she got there,
yes.
Other than the travel time, I guess, which I don't know, but how long, yeah. But even then, when you're traveling and all you can think about then is just whatever. Like, I'm really willing to give her a pass here.
In the beginning. Crypto is a baby when she shows up, and then he's big when they go to a new planet. She has
You just saw Philly. Philly was this small a couple months ago.
I know. But she had time with Clark. Clark calls her every single day when she's on this planet.
Maybe she just doesn't like that.
Okay, but I'm saying then that's on her, and like if she wants to go and drink her days away, I get it because she's depressed. But she has people or a person who is at least trying to help her, and she's not even willing to like tap into it. That's all I'm saying.
You know, like, everybody knows for a fact that sometimes you have people you can go talk to, and you still feel alone.
I totally get it.
So then by transaction, her being, I'm alone, I'm the last on my planet, makes perfect sense for me.
I mean, it makes sense to me too. I just don't like that it's
So you just refuted your entire point.
No, I just don't like that that's her character, the entire thing. That is her character. For like 90% of the movie.
And then she kind of realizes through Ruthie and through just seeing that she's alone by choice, you don't have to be alone.
I mean, cool, like she learns it from Ruthie. It just... I just don't understand how, like, that's the one thing that it's like, oh, now I'm going to change my life around.
She's seeing a younger version of her.
But I'm just saying she's never ran into, like, any other problems or issues. Like,
again, do you want a 7-hour miniseries to explain the background?
I know Clark didn't go through the same thing, but he kind of, in a way, did.
Okay, the pacing issues, I have a massive issue with that. Okay, pacing kills the movie. If you want all this cleaned up, we need a 7-hour miniseries now.
No. I don't need it cleaned up. I just need every other thing that we threw in the movie that wasn't needed to just be changed into story development. 5 bar fights.
Okay, here's my thing. Get rid of the Krypton being destroyed, all that stuff. We spent so much time on it, and it was one of my favorite parts of the movie, I'll tell you that, but it kills the pacing of the movie.
This is actually this is my positive, is I think the flashbacks are the best part of the
movie. I just said that. I love the flashbacks. Okay. It is great. But it kills the rest of the movie. How do you somehow damage the movie by trying to help explain the movie?
I feel like if it was the flashbacks and they just scrapped everything else and built... I think this should have been an origin story.
So you want Man of Steel?
For Supergirl, and obviously written differently, like written better.
But that's what Man of Steel... That's the structure. You want the structure of Man of Steel. Obviously. Yeah, you want the structure of Man of Steel.
I legit think this would have been so much better if it was an origin story. If it started with her, like, as a baby and then the Krypton thing, and
I just think that's so killer for the future of the DCU, though, is the thing.
No, this is killer. Because this is saying we're just putting random stories.
It not being a good movie is a killer.
Because it's just a random, it's just here. Like, it's just, watch Supergirl. No one knows who this is. Respectfully, no one knows who this is.
What do you want? It's a movie into the universe. You have to just build the universe.
So build it from the ground up, not from the middle.
This is the ground up.
No, this is, again, this isn't Batman or Superman. We know their origins. 90% of people
Okay,
don't know
so
Supergirl. Show us
Thor,
who she is.
for Thor, the third movie in the MCU,
Yeah.
are you mad that we didn't go back to the birth of Thor? Like,
But
we
Thor was an
kinda did.
origin. Like,
This is technically like, oh, so you want to see her use her powers for the first time?
yeah,
Go to a bar for the first time.
I want to see her use her powers a little bit, other than just like the end. Yes, I want to see her like
we
actually
saw
grow,
that on Earth, like a little bit of it. But do you think like who's she gonna
like
fight
when
on
she was
Earth?
just flying around?
Well, when she started get like Clark's like you're gonna start getting your powers right now, and then we see her in the apartment type thing.
You know what I mean?
Do you want to see more of that?
I'm just saying she got
Do you want to see her fight someone on Earth?
Well, even if it's not on Earth, again, the origin doesn't have to be on Earth. I just want it to be an origin story.
So you want to see the birth of how she became an asshole, pretty much in space.
Yeah, I would way rather see what she went through and then like why like her becoming who she is and then having her arc at the end.
So
then, like,
do you think this
here's
movie,
the depressed version that we saw at the end of Superman?
If we got that movie then first, and then got this movie, would you like it better? Because it makes more sense to you?
I think the writing and the characters are still kind of lame enough for me to be like that would have been a lame movie regardless.
I mean, let's go through just the rest of our negatives though, because we're just gonna keep circling back to.
I do genuinely though think this should have been an origin story. Like it's not Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. We know who we know their origins. We know who these characters are. Like the best parts were the flashbacks. We both agreed to that. Why not make it flashbacks into story, into ending? You know what I mean?
Because I don't know, like I don't think Supergirl's a character where you need a clear-cut flashback other than just she's Clark's cousin. She was whatever 15 when she left Krypton. We see Krypton explode and everything. We see all the things that happen to the Kryptonians. That's the origin right there. If you like, I don't need the rest of the time between her leaving Earth and her being in space filled in because I can very much assume it's the same kind of garbage, you know.
But then that's when you learn about the character, like that. Like you brought up Thor, and yeah, I'm not saying I need to see Thor born on Asgard, but you learn about the arrogance to the humbling
because
to the rising
because
of
of the dialogue, though.
And, no, because of the writing too.
Well, yeah, this is one and the same.
In a way, like the story structure, the writing, all of it, like
but you don't get flashbacks there. You just get Loki going. Remember, you
start from the
beginning. Remember this battle?
But it's because you start from the beginning.
I guess Thor, that's how you like. If they dropped us into like Dark World Thor, where he's already like a bit more humble and all that, then yeah. But like we see her go through her arc of mean to a little less mean. Like in Thor 1, him going from arrogant to a little bit more humble.
Yeah.
I'll bring up the MCU a little bit later, actually.
Sure.
But any other negatives that you have? Because actually, while we're on dialogue, I was just gonna say like some of it is just super generic, and that is a complaint of mine in general for this movie is that it is very much just like superhero movie. Yeah. You know, generic. They don't, and this is one of my biggest negatives. They do not take any risks. Other than with like using Supergirl as a character before Batman, Flash, or Wonder Woman, whatever. The movie itself doesn't take any risks with trying to tell a really interesting story that could work, could not. Or we're going to try this really cool character choice. Like, they don't take any risks there. It's just generic. We've seen this work in the past. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I think that's valid. Yeah, that's super valid. My last negative, I guess, you're going to disagree with this one because I know we briefly touched on this one, but from a filmmaking standpoint, I think it's extremely dull, which is interesting for a space movie.
That is true. But again, I'll actually mention this in my positives probably. Oh, gosh. I really like the lighting.
Okay.
Thematically and narratively.
Yeah,
I don't like it from a viewpoint.
Okay.
Because it's dark, it's not colorful, which I like. And it doesn't have necessarily just great cinematic shots. But it really works well thematically, and you gotta admit.
If you want to go for a grayer tone, which obviously she is more depressed and more alone.
It works well contrasting it with Superman, where you're literally getting lens flare that takes up the entire screen.
Sure. It's
better that the sun here is just kind of peeking out because that's kind of where Kara's at, right? The hope level just isn't the same as Clark's.
Yeah. I mean, I do like some of that stuff when the sun is coming up after she fights the cyber people or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just like going to 3 planets where they all look identical basically is kind of a lot for me.
And you mentioned the 5-bar fights.
Yeah.
They all look the exact same.
Yeah, everything looks
and
the same.
And it's just like, that's when you can really have fun with colors and her lasers being red and her whatever. Her bright blonde hair, which like you can really have fun with all that kind
yeah.
of stuff, and you don't. You really don't.
Yeah. That's my, like, I think you can keep the theme while still having good color.
Exactly. I can have a plus minus with you there.
Yeah.
Positive and negative, much like the dialogue. You get a great line like, Clark sees the good, I see the truth. And then you just get, like, Ruthie hammering home what her arc is.
Yeah.
Because she says it 7 times. Disguise it in the dialogue a little bit. We're in a theater when we're watching it. You don't need to have Netflix dialogue where I'm on my phone and the subtitles are on and I have to hear it 5 times for me to get it.
Most definitely. Yeah. I even think about a movie like, back to the color thing, like Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
That's depressing, that's sad he's alone, but there are moments of awe and wonder.
Exactly. Like, when he's depressed, when he's sad, when he's alone, that's when he's in the ship. It's stale white or black or whatever it needs to be. And then when it's makes sense for it to be colorful or just like awe-inspiring, it is.
Yeah.
So fair enough. I like that.
All right.
Positives now. You can go first because you got what, like 1? We've already talked about a few.
My positive is Kara.
Yeah.
I know, like,
she's a great character.
I was dogging on her a little bit in terms of the written aspects of it, but she's a great character.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really actually excited to see more of her.
You want to see more, especially now that she's on Earth again?
Yeah. That's honestly mostly why, is because, like, everything with her and Clark was the best parts, and I was like, I'm ready to move on.
David Cornsweet, man, the actor you are.
He's great. He's great. Those are also my positives. Anything with him in it.
Yeah.
He showed me that, like, he can be the face of the future of the DCU, and I'm on board with it.
I'm okay with that.
I think that's really it. The score is good. You're playing
I just put you on. I just put you on.
Yeah. You played Supergirl the other day, and I was like, I didn't pay attention to the theater, but the score is good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Krypton destroyed as well.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay, I'll listen to
Again, sets the freaking tone for what was a pretty epic and grand scale destruction.
Yeah.
You know, again, I thought that was actually pretty visually good.
I agree. I think everything, like, every flashback.
All the flashbacks actually were pretty visually
good. I liked all of that.
Right, and I mean, kind of a negative right here, but you can kind of tell where reshoots were or kind of halts in production were.
Sure.
Because again, like the needle drop, apparently that was decided like a couple days before release.
That's a little crazy. Yeah.
Right? Or not days before release, but like before it was released to critics and everything.
That's a crazy decision, yeah.
And that's what they settled on, you know? So like that
especially
kind of
with
thing.
Someone like James Gunn's track record, it's like
exactly, like, you know how to do that. He wasn't working on that. I'm positive.
Yeah.
Right. You know. So like you can tell there's little breaks and everything, gaps in production, and that's why it can look so different. But like, here's another one of my positives now, was the action. What do you think about that? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that was a positive for you.
Positive. Do you not think so?
I think for the most part.
I do have a few issues. Like, there's a few times where Ruthie's the subject and what's happening happening off screen. I think they had 2 or 3 fights like that, which is like,
such a cop out, bro.
Why are you cheaping out? Right? Why are you cheaping out? And then sometimes it's kind of like, you don't care because you don't know how powerful Krem is. You don't know how powerful some of these guys are. But it is really fun seeing her just absolutely demolish people because she's Supergirl.
Yeah.
She's, like, as we know right now, 2nd or 3rd most powerful person in the universe.
Yeah.
Right? So I really enjoyed all of that. And they just do some really fun things, especially with their heat vision, all that stuff. So I really like that.
Okay. I think I agree with you in the sense that the action when she is at her best is definitely the best parts of the action. Like, I think
when they show it though,
when like the people come with to get the girls, and then that's when Supergirl fights with Lobo for the first time. I think that's the best action sequence in the movie. The ending one is like, it is what it is. It gets taken away a little bit by the needle drop.
The needle drop, but slow mo. Yeah. Why slow mo? Right?
Especially when, like, I love seeing how quick that Superman and her can move.
It reminded me of Wonder Woman in either Batman vs Superman or the 2017 one.
Sure.
Where, she's like just speed blitzing people because it's Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And
I got the same feeling from Supergirl, which was really nice.
Yeah.
But do you have any more positives?
Unfortunately, I don't think I do. I have one more, like, tiny negative.
I've said a lot of positives so far, but only in rebuttal to your negatives.
Absolutely, I get it.
What's a negative?
I do have one small negative. I I'm getting a little bit tired, and it's only been 2 movies. I'm getting a little bit tired of these superheroes getting sidelined by like
illness, like
yeah,
kryptonite.
like this dude carrying around kryptonite arrows and like the kryptonite sun. Like
that's like, why is kryptonite so common in the universe
already?
Because like in the animated universes and everything, when Batman has it, a little piece of it crashed on Earth with Clark, and then it is like safeguarded.
Yeah, like
Lex has it. Lex has found a little bit. Batman found a little bit, and that's that. Why does Krem just have a like Gatling gun of kryptonite little arrow things? Like, that doesn't.
Yeah.
It's common, not like it's just a common thing, I guess. How powerful is this poison that poisoned just everybody? Krem's poison.
Yeah.
That Supergirl can't really do much against it.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels almost cop-outy because they're like, our characters are so powerful, but it's like,
that's the thing, is like, find more creative, interesting ways to write something narratively.
I don't have an issue actually with the Superman kryptonite because it's like Metamorpho.
Metamorpho makes sense. Yeah, right. I don't mind that, but just, and again, you had the opportunity that, oh, I have kryptonite poisoning because we're on a green sun planet, but then you have 2 other things, one being kryptonite, one being the poison that affects her as well. You only needed one or the other, and the green sun is like, especially because every time you enter the solar system or everything, you got, oh, this is red sun, this is yellow sun, and then eventually this is green sun. Yeah. That was great. Because as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, shoot, we're going to get either a red sun or we're going to get a green sun, and that's going to be really cool. And it was really cool. Yeah. But it was used for 5 minutes as just she's going to die in this cave. Yeah. When it's titled Supergirl as her first movie. She's not going to die in the cave. So they just don't write it the best. Take a page out of the CW Flash's book. Yeah, he can run super speed. He's going to be able to stop any burglar. Unless there's an ultimatum. Like, his love for humans and people. So you take a hostage, something, you know? Like, write in something creative like that. Make it a little bit better. Yeah. But... yeah.
I think you wrapped it up perfectly with that.
Yeah. I mean, less positive. It was just a really fun space adventure for me.
Sure.
It can look a little bit better. It can, like, writing can be a little bit better. Dialogue can be a little bit better. But I do, like, and again, you're basing it off the comic, so it's not necessarily a positive for the movie. The comic run is really fun. How you're going, okay, we're here. We're trying to catch up to these guys. We're trying to find them. I do have a little bit of an issue that they find them, lose them, find them, lose them a couple of times. But I love how we're just bouncing planet to planet. The space pirates come, and then we have to fight them. That's fun stuff for me. So I did love just a little space adventure. Maybe I'm easy to entertain.
No, yeah, sure. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I was just coming at it in a more pessimistic lens.
Always.
Always is crazy.
It's like, as our little wrap-ups, I want to, 1, talk about the future of the DCU. 2, make a comparison here. Okay. So, going into the future, I want you to look as Iron Man and Superman are both the first movie. Yeah. Now let's look at Iron Man 2 and Supergirl.
That's funny, because I don't even like Iron Man 2 that much.
Which movie is better?
I do actually think Iron Man 2 is better from a universe-building perspective.
Really?
From a universe-building perspective. Because,
in what way?
I think you just continue to establish the groundwork of this is what we're doing. Iron Man, you had your main player, you had your superhero.
It progresses...
with Nick Fury coming in. Nick Fury's then in Iron Man 2.
It progresses Tony's story forward.
With the Avengers Initiative in mind.
Yes.
This is just telling me, like, hey,
it expands the universe, though. You didn't get that until Thor, though, in the 3rd movie. Yeah, sure. What do you mean, to what extent?
For Supergirl.
You go to other planets.
Which planet? Can you name the planets?
Because don't care. Do not care.
Genuinely?
We get to see Krypton, we get to see other people in the universe. Even Lobo just being in there gives credence and gives backstory to the rest of the universe.
But even Black Widow was more prevalent to her movie than Lobo was in Supergirl. In Iron Man 2.
Yes, yeah. I'm not going to really argue that because she was like a main plot point. And again, helps progress the movie, helps progress the Avengers. Would you really care about Black Widow if you didn't know about the Avengers already, though?
Maybe not, but I mean, yeah, sure, maybe not.
Because now, like, if you were just... Again, Superman does this fantastic by giving, 300 years ago, there was metahumans emerged, or 3,000, I can't remember. 30 years ago, like, we entered a new age, the metahuman era.
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago, Superman arrives, type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's great world building. Well done for James Gunn, and that's incredible for the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl doesn't necessarily do that on the backstory end, but again, just expands what we know into a much larger scale, which I'm a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, gets me excited for the future now.
See, I'm nervous about the future. I don't really know.
Supergirl's on Earth.
I know, but I just don't know I don't know where the basis of the excitement is coming. Like,
because Superman still exists for me. And I think that did way more for building up the DCU than Iron Man did for Iron Man 1.
Ah, no.
Yes, because
no,
all you get in
Iron
Iron Man 1, all you get in Iron Man 1 is that S.H.I.E.L.D. is the thing.
Yes, but in Superman, okay, but in Superman, what do you get? That superheroes exist. Like,
Yeah, and the Justice Gang. I hate calling it that.
The
The
Justice
Gang too. And that Lex is a corporation that he runs LexCorp type
sure,
thing.
but S.H.I.E.L.D. and Lex, right? Nick Fury
and then the Justice
Gang.
Association, and then you get all the backstory stuff in the opening dialogue.
But Nick Fury.
So I think
Avengers
that already
Initiative,
builds, and I think Superman builds enough, and then.
Okay, but what do you think is better story building? Saying this is the Justice Gang, they have been a thing, or I want to put together a team. Now I'm going to show you these people.
There's a linear direction that Iron Man's going to. I get that. But, like, I just don't... I would rather have a little bit of backstory. Maybe it's better in Iron Man 1 than it is Superman. On building where the universe is going, but not actually expanding the universe.
Because they didn't need to expand yet.
Exactly. I'm happy that Supergirl expanded. I would have liked it to end with a little bit more of a, okay, she's on Earth now, and then this is what's going to happen. Because did it have a post-credit scene, actually? I don't think it did, right? Yeah. I would have loved a post-credit scene of just, what's the next movie going to be?
I would have liked Brainiac, because we know he's going to be the...
Literally, just tease a city in a bottle, or a world in a bottle, and that would have been perfect. And then I would have been saying, better than Iron Man 2, better than the universe that Iron Man 2 set up.
Oh, man.
Because you do get a sick, the hammer is on Earth in Iron Man 2.
With that end credit, yeah.
Right? So if it gave me something like that where it's just like a teaser and you know what's coming now.
Yeah. We are in a way disputing Hulk, which is fine, like, because like Iron Man does go to look out for Bruce Banner, but we might have to do another video on the MCU versus DC, because I think that we are undervaluing the importance of smaller scale to build.
It is way tighter.
Yeah.
In the MCU, but I still think that Supergirl had a really big step in just expanding the universe, because the DC universe is just larger.
Sure, I totally get that.
Right, and you have more, like, now Martian Manhunter can come in, and you wouldn't be surprised because we've already seen Aliens. You know,
I think
like that type of thing. The Lanterns can come in, and you wouldn't be surprised because you've seen the universe. So I think it works for DC, the DC universe in its own way, much like the groundedness of the first 2 Iron Men worked for Marvel in its own way. Because then you set up a spy agency, you know?
Sure, yeah. I think I don't think it's impossible for DC to do it the way MCU did it, though. It just feels either rushed, or they're like, let's just start throwing out
I think a lot of our issues also comes from, we've talked about this in a past video, we have Clayface next.
Yeah, so
if we had Flash or Batman or Wonder Woman, we'd be like, oh, I bet Supergirl's going to show up there and see Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Something else is going to build on it. And I bet if they planned it a little bit better, Wonder Woman was the next movie. We would get a post-credit of Wonder Woman, and all this would be washed away. Because now it moves in a linear direction. We're setting up other heroes. We're setting up the Justice League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that probably would have worked better. Because I think we're excited for what's next, because we just know it's another Superman movie. Like, this is a good setup for another Superman movie.
Exactly. It doesn't necessarily set up a linear who's going to be the big bad, who's going to be this, who's going to be that. Or we're putting together a team like Nick Fury was. Mm-hmm. But it does expand the universe, does get me hyped for the future. And that's where I'm going to leave my thoughts at for this movie.
All right. Well, I'm skeptical, but I am curious. And that's what I'll say for me.
I'm not even that skeptical. I love James Gunn. I love DC. But I'm super curious.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, y'all.
This Super Peak.
Yes, sir. Super Peak. This has been the Cousins Cut. First ever together. So that's
first ever together.
Yeah. Leave a like. Comment down below. subscribe to the channel.
It's been a pleasure filming with you in person.
My boy, bruh. Yeah, subscribe. We got lots of good stuff coming to y'all. I know it's been a minute, but we are back and we are ready for more.
TikTok will be back.
Yes, sir.
The Cousins Cut will return in Avengers Doomsday.
And I had a closer, but I low-key forgot it. It's from Supergirl. You got it?
Somebody. There is no home without you.